Okay, what is up, lads? It's me, Kasin Koral, and I did state that I did want to do some Snoot game. Here's said Snoot game, and yeah, I will do it, but I want to play one of the Caveman Anons, uh, earlier games. I think there's two. One of course, the first one being, I think it was She Likes You a Lottie or something like that, which I of course have here. And then there's also the one with the Galaxy Girl and Stone Man. I forgot that name. But I already have this booted up. I thought it would have a menu, but no, it doesn't. So, let's go. Basically, let's turn this on for swearing. Saucy Baits activated. Okay. Oh, wow, that took some time. The early morning summer sun shines through the clouds, illuminating the quiet, dirty parking lot. As I cut the engine to my small sedan and crack open the door, I take a deep breath of fresh air. I can feel a light, cool wind blowing, ideal conditions for what's to come. What a perfect start for today. Oh, here we are. Faint May Trail. The harsh slam of the passenger side door is my therapy or sleepy girlfriend's response. I exit the car and turn to Fairlie. Fairlie, okay. Morgan. Oh. Why are we here at? She checks her overly sized, overly expensive, and overly fragile phone. I glance down at my clothes, all well worn and perfect parts, comfy and airy for this. I'm already calculating how much of my paycheck is going to be spent replacing all her brand new and unnecessary workout gear. 5 in the morning, geez, that early? If you really want to do the Spartan run. She's already hopped out the car. Damn! God damn. Also, the music is apocalyptically loud. Oh no. Of course it resets the music too. Oh god. How is... Wait, I think that's a little too much. Is this good? I think this is good. I hope this is good. I can't help but shake my head, cutting the engine and making my own exit. Thank God I can lower the volume of my headset. I've known Fairlife all my life, and yet she still manages to surprise me. Like wanting to do anything physically strenuous. Especially with her meds that cost me my entire enlistment bonus? Okay. Thank God for housing allowances, since we've been living together in off-site housing. Of course. If you can do this kind of stuff, then I want to do it too. Verily, Spartan Run isn't just a marathon. It's over 3 miles, and at least 15 obstacles are scattered through... I know, come on. I must have read the flyer like a dozen times. And it said 22 of those things. Ah, damn it. Advertisers. Come on, Morgan. You said you'd help me to get ready. And we barely got to spend time together. I know you know, but this kind of thing is really intense. I've only got a few days off this month, and you want to spend them working out? Wouldn't you prefer to do something better? Like a new theme park, or... No. We're always doing normal, plain, complete stuff when we have time together. This time I want to do something with you. These courses aren't jungle gyms. There's your medicine to think about. Fairlife pays no mind to that, opening the back seat of my car and pulling out our backpacks for the day. Come on, Morgan. The sooner we start, the sooner we can get home and have a real dinner. Not your bland sandwiches. Wow, okay. I catch the bag she tosses my way. They're not bland. And if you're really dead set on this, follow me. I lead Fairlight around to the entrance to the trail. If only we get a picture, but I feel like I heard some stories that they were doing, or Cavemanon were doing a game jam, so that's why some pictures are just straight up colors. I don't know if this is one of them. I want to say the Slug game that they made was one of them. I don't know about the rest of them, excluding Snoot and Wani. We're probably going to end up stopping midway. I barely made it around my first try. Just something I need to resign myself to. The entrance of the trail is marked with a posted sign with a map of the route. Alright, I'm ready to hit the pavement here. 3 miles is nothing. You usually don't even walk 3 miles in a day. Yeah, but I have walked 3 miles in a day. So, ha! Oh boy. Okay, let's get started. She pumps a fist in the air and starts jogging down the trail. Wait! She frizzes mid-stride and pivots to face me. I start my warm-ups, feeling my muscles warm. Raw dogging it with no warm-ups? Damn. I look to Fairy, and I see her trying and failing to mimic me. Wait. Fairlight, slow down there. You want to stretch your legs like this. I demonstrate the stretch to her, and watch her carefully to make sure she's doing it right this time. Like this? Oh, well that's simple. She strains to stay upright, and I count aloud so she knows when to ease off her leg. It takes a couple of tries for her to understand the warm-ups, but after 10 minutes I'm ready to go and she's already sweating. Alright, let me set the pace. She nods and smiles uneasily. With her approval, I set a sedate jogging pace for her and head towards the first obstacle. For the first part of the run, I've actually gotten accustomed to taking the first half of each running segment easy, then setting a moderate pace for the latter half. It also lets me briefly take in the surrounding nature before tunnel vision kicks in. My attention flips every few dozen feet to some minor detail off in the tree line. A small log in a creek with a few frogs on it, some fallen tree splintered into the wind by a lightning strike, a deer barely skipping out of sight. Wait, I don't hear Fairlight behind me. I flip back around to see she stopped a good 50 feet back. Lovely. She can't be done already. Is something wrong? I drop my jogging pace and walk back. Still hunched over on the side when I reach her. You okay, Fairlight? Ah, yeah, just need a drink. I nod, taking my worn-out metal canteen and holding it out to her. Here, Fairlight. Gotta keep hydrated. Oh, I'm good, trust me. Fairlight pulls out a furiously pink bottle filled with a slurry of something. Oh no. You haven't even changed your clothes. Those are still the... Yeah, that's still the same top and shorts that you have. It looks nice, but goddamn, you're not equipped for this. I got the super scientific formula at the market. There's a Gatorade. Goddamn adverts. I hope that this isn't one of the scammier brands. Same thing. Although water is water in the end, it's probably fine. So it's smart water. I can't save, sadly. Do I speak? Do I speak the fuck up? Maybe confront her about the bootleg smart water? Or do I just shut it? I think I'm just gonna shut it. I watch her slowly drink the pink sludge. I see her eyes water. She forces the disgusting sweetened slurry down. Fairlight's lips pop and she turns a very unconvincing smile towards me. Delicious. Maybe I'll have some too? Sure. In fact, let's trade. You can have the rest of this. Wow. Ah, fuck. I fake sip from the clear bottle and nod to Fairlie. After placing the bottle of sugary preservatives and my empty canteen, we continue on. Good thing there's a Phillips station a while down the path. You ready to keep going? Yeah, let's go. We'll start a slow jog again and pick up the pace once I hear her following along. Finally, we come to the first major obstacle. I dart my eyes over to Fairlie's face and see her pink features paling as she takes it in. But before us lies the Jacob's Ladder segment. Okay? It's a giant, well, ladder. The rungs are as big as logs, and the wooden whole construction is angled slightly with the ground. I don't know about this, Morgan. This is a lot bigger than it looked in Flyer. It looks intimidating, but trust me, it's not that hard once you get used to it. Here, I'll show you. With a flourish, I step forward, putting my best foot forward. Forward. Said twice. I begin to scale the ladder. After a few minutes of climbing, I can feel the faint and familiar strain on my arms and legs. I look back over my shoulder to see Fairlie, and flash a smile. See? Not so hard. I see her smile back, but it looks like she's still unsure. Eventually, I reach the top and look over the edge. There's about a 15-foot drop. Cushioned, of course. Taking a breath to ready myself, I hook a leg over the edge and push off. My stomach flip-flops a little on the way down, thanks gravity, and I hit the gymnastics mat after a few seconds. I roll off the soft platform and jog myself over to the side. A familiar Alotl waits right where I left her, hands fidgeting nervously. Ready? I call out, catching her attention. Fairlie's eyes snap to me, then the ladder, back in under a second. I guess so. She takes a steadying breath of her own and begins to climb up. Her movements are much slower than mine, but that's a given since she doesn't do this sort of thing a lot. Shakily but steadily she climbs. The large rungs beginning to pile below her as she progresses. I begin to call out a chant, trying to cheer her along. That simple repeated, "Let's go, Fairy, let's go!" punctuated by clapping. "Let's go, Fairlie, let's go!" Ah, shit, I did this in my room. I swear I can see her suppress a grin. She reaches the midway point, but my smile fades as I see her falter. Oh my. Doesn't look too bad. She pauses, taking several long breaths. I expect her to keep moving, but she stays there. No, Morgan. I don't think I can. Come on, Fairlie, you're already halfway there. You're doing such a good job. My gills burn, Morgan. I know, but it's almost over. Just a little further, and you don't have to climb anymore. There's a cushion at the bottom for you. I can tell by the look on her face that she's debating her options. I want to encourage Fairlie to push through since she wanted to do this, but I don't want to risk her burning out and having to give up. Oh my. Does she like being pushed? Or does she, does she know her limits and wants to go down, or does she want to be pushed? That is my two options basically here. I'm gonna encourage her. Fairlie, I know it's hard and you're tired, but there's still a lot left. You need to push through. I know you can do it. Trust in the me that trusts in you. Or something. I forgot how that line went. We can take a breather after you're done. After a few tense seconds, Koral resigns herself to her fate. Taking a deep breath and taking a face of determination, she begins to climb again. I keep chanting, doing my best to encourage her. It hurts to know she's struggling, but we'll never get through this course by taking it easy. She finally reaches the top, and her apprehensive grimace tells me she's taking in the change in view. I look up and wave to her. She sees me, and returns the favor with a smile. She jumps off, but with less grace than the norm. I react quickly as her angle is off, falling towards me. My arms threaten to come out their sockets as she lands on them. Ooh. I truly do wonder which picture I'm going to be using as a thumbnail. Luckily, I stand upright. Whoever they may be, my arms have yet to fail me. My self-congratulation is cut short by the sudden sound of giggling. I look down at Fairlight, still in my embrace. You can let me down now. I'm careful to set her back on her feet. Thanks for being my coach here. Quite a workout, isn't it? Ew, yeah. Can't believe I climbed that thing. See? Just need to push yourself. Next time will be even easier. Oh man. Let's just focus on finishing today. I'm gonna be so lazy tomorrow to make up for this. You can make it a lazy day. Yeah, make a giant bowl of popcorn and watch the entire Sundown series. It's gonna be great. I smile and nod before laying back down on my hands again. Alright, I smile and nod before laying back on my hands again. After a while, Fairly gets back up and dusts her pants off. Whatever's left of said pants. You ready to keep going? Her mouth curls into an amused smile, gaze fixed into the forest. Did she notice something? I don't see anything. Ready? Shh! Look! I follow her finger over to... Is that the log we saw earlier? How did it follow us? Is it a gator? The log blinks in our presence, yes. Oh! Yes, it's a gator. Got 3 frogs on this shit, too. The gator over there's got some friends. I almost think it just doesn't notice the frogs when one of them flicks its tongue at its eye, getting an amused stare in return. Huh. Got a camera on you? You know it. She already has her phone out, recording the whole thing. Okay. I'll watch the scene myself for a few moments longer. Alright, we should continue. Aw, but that gator's cute. Come on, Fairlight. I want to hug that gator. Ah. That is very, very amusing. God damn. Oh shit. I wanna hug that gator. Gotta love it. If you want to get out of here by evening, we aren't going to have much time to sightsee. We definitely won't be safe after nightfall. Yeah, let's keep going. I start a slow jog again, pick up the pace once I hear her following along. Instead of an answer, she cocks her head and flashes me a smile. With her pose struck, she's granted the thumbs up. A few sips of water later, we begin back on the course. We pass by more small details, but nothing as interesting as the frogs. After several more obstacles, and lots of coaxing and encouragement, we reach the end, or rather, the final trial before the home stretch. I think we're nearly done with this visual novel. Though I know there's 3 endings, so I'll be going back for this, of course. The smile fades from Fairlight's face as she takes in the sight before her. What is it? The fuck is this? The mud pit. Between us and sweet, sweet freedom lies the mud pit. A long stretch of mud and dirt, with posts and wire overhead forcing me to crawl in their belly. I'm sorry. Wire? Those just look like poles. But I feel like I know what they're going on about. I just don't know if they didn't have time to put in some wires, or if they'll put it in later, in an upcoming image. I turn back to Fairlight, a grimace creeping across her features. Morgan, can we just not? Out of all the obstacles today, you want to quit because of some mud? This is not... Before the words even finish coming out of my mouth, I already know I've chosen poorly. This is the bad end, isn't it? It's the mud, it's my neck, it's my guilt, it's everything. I'm exhausted, Morgan. Can't we just skip this last one? I thought you said you read the flyer. Keep pushing her? Or actually have her stop? Actually, you know what? Push her. She does not know her limits. This is not her limits. We shall test to find out if this is her limit. See what happens to said gills. Well, I believe in you. You've been doing great all day. Look, you can just see the end just over there. I could almost swear I see the beginning of tears. Just a little further, come on. Think of it like a mud bath from that spa you always wanted to try. She still doesn't look convinced. Okay. We can go out for some ice cream. It's almost comical how she perks up at the mention of a treat. Well, there you go. Though I don't know how she'll fare against Joe Biden. Although she's quite hesitant, she eventually lowers herself into the grime and gunk. Side by side, we slowly make our way through the pit. Suddenly, an idea hits me. I dip my finger in the mud, and when she isn't looking, poke her face. I'm glad my ears don't bleed from the banshee shriek that she unleashes right next to my head. As I laugh, her hurt expression turns into an impish one. Oh. You're doing great. God damn. I am repaid with a handful of moist clay squished mush onto the side of my head. Halfway through the pit, Fairlight's demeanor has changed completely. Groans have been replaced with laughter, and the air is filled with flying flecks of dirt. Eventually, our impromptu play fight ends, although the girl next to me has left happier than when she entered. Wait, she's already finished? I guess so. That wasn't so bad, was it? No, it was even worse. I can see the hint of a smile curl at the corners of her lips. You owe me a new workout shirt. You don't even have workout shorts. Striding over, I take Fairlight by surprise and lift her over my shoulder. Ah. Wow. You look tired, so let me carry you back. Morgan. Consider it a reward for making it through the whole course. Sack of potatoes securely held, although lightly hitting my back with balled fists, and make the trip back to the car. After a few minutes, the hitting and mock presentation stop, or protest stage, whatever. I can feel the gentle rise and fall of her chest on my arm. She must be tired after today. The evening wind feels nice, cooling the sweat on my shirt and skin. The yellow sun sits lazily in its orange-purple cradle in the sky. How picturesque. Oh, Fairlight is still awake to see it. I can hear her mumble against my shirt. I'm glad that's over. I don't think I want to do this anymore. Unfortunately, we've got to do this a lot more if we're going to be ready for the real deal. Her muffled groan of despair. Funnily enough, it's quite cute. Don't worry, now's the time for relaxing. A nice shower, a nice dinner. Oh yeah. I can hear her murmur in approval. After a few minutes, the only sign she's alive is her slight breathing. Out like a light. I come to the car and open the door with my free hand. Ever so gently, I set the sleeping Alotl down in the passenger seat. I click the seatbelt right into place and quietly shut the door before returning to my own seat. The car rumbles to life. In a few minutes, and after a minute, I reverse out of the parking lot and back home. The sky looks so beautiful on the way out. There's those ellipses. What is this? Driving home, I think back to today's events. I'm scared to push her too hard, but there needs to be progress between now and the actual event. Pull into the driveway and switch off the car. For a while I just sit there, staring at the house in front of me, listening to the sound of Fairlight breathing sleepily beside me. I guess I just need to have faith in her. Stepping out of the car, I stretch a little, trying to unkink my muscles. After a few seconds of standing in the pleasantly cool evening air, I go to pick up my passenger. I unhook the seatbelt, slipping my arms under her legs and behind her neck, and take her inside. Stepping quietly through the dark and empty house, I carefully maneuver to the bedroom. I lay Fairlight down on the bed, not wanting to wake her up. Package secured. With that out of the way, I shut the bathroom door behind me quietly. A quick shower later, and I walk to the couch and adjust the cushions. Making sure the ever-important lumbar support is accounted for, I flip the TV on. I'm sure we'll find a way to make it work. Hello? This is it. The day of the Spartan run. I move the shifter to park, having made sure that my metal steed is correctly positioned in place, in space. Alright, let's do this. I'm not so sure. I can see the apprehension on her face. Don't worry, we've trained for this. At least it felt like enough. Every weekend I've tried to coax her to do even a tiny bit more. We've just got pre-game judders. Happens to the best of us. Deep down, I'm not so sure. But of course, I can't say that. I'm probably just being a pessimist. We take our places at the starting line. Fairlight mimics my stretches, and from the looks of it, she's gotten better at it. That's something. That's progress. After a few minutes in the hot, overhead sun, it's time to start. We both take off, side by side. I slow myself down a little so it's more evenly matched. Is she struggling? In and out. In and out. She does have proper attire this time. Breathing has become timed alongside the pumping of arms and legs. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Jacob's ladder. Let's see how she fares. Climb up. Right arm, right leg, left arm, left leg. Fairlight lags behind me a little bit. Over the edge, hurtling towards the earth. Tuck and roll like I practice. Like I was taught. A momentary pause. Soon enough I see Fairlight climb over the top. Haven't made sure she's still in shape to continue. We pick back up and continue running. Come across and pass several more obstacles. But after each one, Fairlight lags behind further and further. I've pushed her a little too far. Oh, look at that. Yeah, might have pushed her a little too much. My heart sinks. We're only just about halfway. Can she even keep going? Do you not have water? Or is that banned in the Spartan run? Another obstacle. Another... I look behind me and see Fairlight, face flushed red. Her gills billow widely. Oh no. Fairlight, are you... I'm... Maybe we should just call it quits here. No. I can't. She takes a step forward, but I can see her knee knuckle as she does so. I stop myself, skidding to a halt. I'm already half turning to face her as she begins to fall to the ground. I manage to slip my hand between the dirt and her head before it hits. Her chest moves slowly, gills flapping weakly as she tries to take in air. My hand flies to her neck. Her pulse is distressingly fast beneath my fingertips. Tired. I hush her gently. No, no, don't speak. We're getting out of here. I scoop her up in my arms and carry off the course. Aww. I look at her face, still reddened with heat and exhaustion. This is my fault, isn't it? I should've... brought water? I shake my hand in disappointment. Disappointment in myself and my handling of training. Did I push her too hard? Or did I not push her hard enough? The bottom line is, I should have noticed something. Should have insisted we quit earlier. Fault. My fault. My heart pangs as she speaks. It's a quiet rasp, far from the melodious noise I'm used to. Stupid idea. I want to tell her it's not her fault. I want to tell her so many things, but the words die and shrivel before I get them out. Quietly, I hold her tighter in my arms. I'm sorry, Fairlight. Whoa, that's it? Was that the bad end? Damn. Nah, what the fuck? Did I just get the bad end? Or was that the neutral end? What the fuck did I get? I'm playing again. Alright. Look at that chart. Alright, so this first thing. I guess we'll speak up here? Yeah, I think you should stick to water. Why not? Those supplements are more for gym workouts. And destroy bathrooms. The horrors. Fairlight frowns, but takes the pre-offered canteen? There you go. Fine, but it really smelled good. Like a banana strawberry shake. Pops the cap and sips the water. If you want, you can douse your gills too. Are you sure? Seems like a waste of water. I think I can refill my canteen when we get to a good break spot. Okay. She's careful to pour the icy water on her pink gills. As shiver runs over her entire body as the liquid life refreshes her dried out skin. Oh, that's nice. Here, Morgan. Take the bottle back and smile. Okay. I'll encourage her this time. And then we'll say that's good enough for this one. I sigh on the inside. I was hoping she'd keep at it. I guess I expected too much from someone who doesn't do this as often as I do. Biting back my disappointment, I concede. Alright, I guess this is enough for this session. The thankful smile tells me I must have made the right choice. I guess it's blatantly obvious there. Let's head back to the car and... Fairlight gives me the one look I always dread. Carry me. Come on, it's not that far, Fairlight. Plus, it feels like we haven't really done enough. I hardly feel exhausted. But my legs hurt. I roll my eyes but still stick my arms out, and she hops into place. Okay, so her but not muddy. Godspeed. God bless. Carrying her lazy fireman style, I walk around the large mud pit. She wears an impish grin on my arms. You know, we're gonna be doing this every week if you want to get ready for this thing. The twitch of her gills against my back tells for hesitancy of even more training. But we don't need to do the mud thing, right? Right? I'm going to need to check that pamphlet. Maybe. To Depends on what you actually signed us up for. Should have read a lot of it. Did more research rather than just look at the pamphlet. I consider how Farrell really did on all the obstacles today. Not great, but not terrible. For a first timer anyway. But will she be ready in time? As I reach the car, I set Farrell down. She groans as she sluggishly drags herself into the passenger seat. Maybe next week I'll take it easier on her. I take my spot in the driver's seat and start my old beater of a car up. As I maneuver my car out of the parking lot, I notice a rumbling snore next to me. Yeah, I should definitely be lighter on her next week. She's not gonna be ready. She's not gonna be fucking ready. Same dialogue, okay. Oh, no. Okay. Alright. That sucks. How about... I think I just messed up one of the options. I think the second time I just messed up on pushing her to do the mud thing. So if I'm correct, and we fuck up everything, we'll get the actual bad ending. I think we keep on getting the neutrals. So let's shut up. Okay, let's try again late for this one. Maybe I'm pushing her too hard. Alright, Fairlight, that's good enough. Fairlight looks down behind her. I follow her eyes and see the long section of the ladder she would need to climb back down. I'm gonna take a break. Use the mat to relax. Fairlight nods and slowly reverses herself backwards down the ladder. At the bottom, she wobbles through the protective mat at the base. I should have realized that she'd essentially be doing twice the work by going backwards too. I walk over and see the familiar results of strenuous exercise. Oh my. Poor lass. A heaving chest, ragged breath. I just sit a while. Take all the time you need. I sit down next to her on the mat. The silence is interrupted by a breathless giggle on Fairlight. I'm tired, but that was fun. I sit up and look back at her. Oscillating of her gills is starting to slow down as she catches her breath. You good to go? I get a simple nod from her before she gets up. Okay. Let's skip. I think that's good enough. Let's see what happens to her now. I take Fairlight home, pulling onto the driveway. Okay. She wakes up long enough to get to the couch, but crashes again upon laying down. Ooh. This is different. So she's awake by the time we get to the house. Leaving her be, I took a quick shower and went back to the bed by myself. I drift off to sleep, thinking about what all transpired today. If all our training sessions will be like this one, I can't see us being ready for the run. I wake up groggily, balancing the alarm on my phone. Okay, so we're not even at the event. Sunrise spills through the windows and into the room. Did I oversleep and trigger a backup alarm? I slip on my normal clothes and head towards the kitchen. Fairlight's leaning over against the counter, a cup of coffee in her hand. It doesn't look like she's in her normal good mood. Good morning, Fairlight. Hey. Feeling alright? Still beat from yesterday. Be easier to count the muscles that don't ache. She extenuates the complaint by pressing her hands against her back. She lets out a half-hearted laugh. I feel inclined to smile at her joke, but something feels off. I search for something to say. Still a real good start. You did pretty well for not having done that sort of thing regularly. I'm sure in no time, we'll have everything squared away and the actual run won't be that bad by the time we get to it. Her gills fleck out to the her gills fleck out of the corner of my eye. That's never a good sign. How about that? Uh-oh. I really don't think I'm cut out for this hard exercise thing. Oh. We didn't push her enough this time. Okay. I'm going to drop from the Spartan run. Oh. You sure? I don't think you should give up so easily. I'm sure. But didn't you already pay the fee? It's like $90? Nah. Nah, you're competing no matter what. You're at least gonna show up at that area. I know. I can barely see her hand gripped tighter around the mug she's holding. You seem really interested in this. I just don't want you to make any rash decisions. Exercise like that is pretty hard at first, but all it takes is practice, I promise. Come on, give it another shot. Have some perseverance. Morgan, I said no. She whirls around at me. My fist slamming against the counter punctuates her words. Her shout echoes through the small room. Ending 2 vibes, lads. Ending 2 vibes. Whatever I was going to say shriveled up and died because I could say them, or before I could say them. I'm sorry. I tried to relate to your weird workout routines. Just leave me alone already. The two of us stared at one another in silence. It's quiet for what feels like an eternity. Looking into Fairlight's loving eyes, now burning with anger. He does kind of look angry. The eyebrows, whatever those pink lines are, kind of betrays that. It's quiet for what feels like an eternity. Oh wait, I already said that. After the forever silence, she deflates a bit. Her eyes settle to the floor, dejectedly. Look, I'm just... She sighs, screwing her eyes shut. Just leave me alone for a while, please. I'm going back to bed. She returns to her room in a huff, leaving me all alone in the tiny off-site house. I shift awkwardly, unsure what the appropriate action to do is. Prepare a pot of coffee for myself. As I pour the black bitterness into my cup, I mentally replay what we said to one another. My face burns as I think of what all I said to her. Stir the coffee, bringing it to my lips, and imagine the what-ifs that I said something different. Maybe if I said this or that, she'd still be up. Maybe we'd be laughing right now. I end up spending my last full day off for another several months reading to myself and watching television. Wait. Gonna be busy. With her job and whatever. But no matter what I tried to watch, the couch under my body felt uncomfortable. The water I drank tasted foul, and the food I ate sits in my stomach like a stone. Worst of all, I feel pangs of guilt every time I look over to her door, hoping to be open. But seeing it still locked shut. Maybe she doesn't like me a lottie. Definitely that's the bad end. Didn't push her enough, but kept on pushing to do it anyways. Alright. I think the good option is just speaking up and then pushing her all throughout the course. Okay, going. Okay. On the way home, I stopped by the ice cream place as promised. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Okay, this is definitely different. This has to be the good ending. Fairlight's still dead tired, so we just go through the drive-thru. I just get regular chocolate shake since I need to keep driving, and Fairlight. What's that again? It's a double chocolate chip cookie dough, supreme sprinkles, and cookie bits. God damn! Look, you can enjoy your little ice cream, just... don't make it so diabetes heavy. And don't make it so expensive. But you know what? We have one life. Fuck it. And look at that! This has to be the best ending. So much for the workout part of this. Oh, hush. She takes an onion ring from her bag and uses it as a spoon for ice cream. Gah. So much for the workout part of the next time. So much for the workout part of the next time as well. She flicks a sprinkle at me. A few miles down the road, I turn down the radio. So, what do you make of this whole thing? Definitely tiring. I'm definitely going to crash a split second we get home. But it was fun. She curls an arm around my bicep. 'Cause I had such a good coach. I drive with one hand so I can briefly return Fairlight's embrace. When we arrive home, we drag ourselves inside and rest a bit longer on the couch. Fairlight took a shower first. Okay. This is the only ending where she actually takes a shower, or at least is described to take a shower. And true to her word, she crashed on her bed before I even entered the bathroom to take mine. After getting myself dried, I collapsed into the bed as well. I probably lost consciousness before I even landed on my mattress. This is it. The day of the Spartan run. I moved the shifter to park. Okay, we already said that. Alright, let's do this. I'm not so sure. You can see the apprehension on her face. Don't worry. I trained every weekend for this. Even managed to slip in some of it during the week. You just got pre-game jitters. Happens to the best of us. I hand Fairlight her water bottle, and she takes a few gulps as though to psych herself up. Okay, so she didn't have a water bottle then, I believe. Okay, let's do this. We get out of the car and make our way to check in. I watch as Fairlight's eyes all the other participants. A lot of them couples that casually were talking and stretching. As soon as we're signed in, Fairlight moves for the starting area, already going through our warm-ups. 27, 28, 29... Shit, just like sure I should focus on my own warm-ups. A twist, contort, untwist, and stretch. Feeling my muscles loosen and warm up. Ready? I finish my stretches with a nod. Just about. There's a call from a megahorn. And with it, everyone gather on the starting line sprints off. So I'm guessing in the neutral ending we arrived, but not at the start, I'm guessing. I don't know. Because it just didn't... I don't remember Megaform being in that ending. Caroline makes a move to follow, but I put my hand on her shoulder. Those guys are gonna burn themselves out. Oh, right. We start in the middle of the pack, taking a far more manageable jog. Oh look, she's still struggling. In the corner of my eye, I watch Fairlight's mental switch flick. Arms pumping, gills bobbing, and legs pushing. Fairlight's found her perfect rhythm. I can't help the smile creeping across my lips as she's entirely focused on the course. The first obstacle, The Jacob's Ladder is practically an afterthought for us. Let's see it. I scaled the wooden rungs with such ease, finding that my own training with Fairlight has made this even easier. At the top, I think to stop and wait for her. Only she surprises me by being just a few rungs below. There you go. She giggles when she gets me, straddling the last rung and wait. You took your time. Oh, hush. She gives me a half-hearted shove and my arms below to keep me balanced on the log. Wanna jump together? She grins and offers me her hand. I count down from 3 and... I can't contain my laugh as I yank Fairlane with me on 2. Her shriek morphing into laughs as well when we hit the cushion together. Morgan! Other participants are laughing now too. I shrug apologetically. Sorry. No, you aren't. I wasn't. But the move was still good, so I'd definitely be forgiven. Time to waste. Let's go. I have Fairlight up to her feet as we continue down the course, through the other obstacles with varying degrees of ease and stress. Okay, sure, she's still looking alright. Things like the hoist or tire flip are made easy because of smaller, lighter equipment. You did not state that those things are there, but you know what? Maybe I should have known what a Spartan run is. Weird trivia obstacles like the memory wall are made worse for me because of the extra workout punishment. Time seems to fly as Fairlight and I get through the race until we reach the final obstacle. The mud pit. Yes. Without thinking, Fairlight is already on her belly, army crawling beneath the fake barbed wire. So there's wire. She's practically swimming through the mud. I'm right behind her, and totally not taking advantage of the view and obscuring it for others. God damn, not at all. Picked up for real. She slips out from under the wires in record time, cheering while still covered in vicious mud. Actual record time, because one of the organizers is handing her something small. And as I finally climb up from the mud pit, she hugs me. Whoa! I beat the record mud pit time. Whoa, yay! I can't fake excitement. It's so not me, man. I smile even as she covers me with far more mud than even I would mind. When she's done cheering and catching our breaths, we continue. Oh, there she goes. Fairlight's pace starts to waver, the taxing workout throughout really hitting her now. Almost there, just a bit more. The words seem to invigorate Fairlight, her gills spilling more into her eyes dead set on the finish line in the distance. Almost there. Almost there. A few more steps. Almost there. Becomes a mantra to herself. Her words come faster and faster as we finally near the line. In the last 20 feet, she suddenly zooms past me towards the goal. I chase after her, hearing her laugh as she finally crosses the line. Hey! Yes! Come on, Fairline, get in. Fairline pants, her hands on her knees as she fights for control of her breath. I did it! Ha! I nod and take a water bottle from an organizer nearby, popping the cap off. The cool water feels good as I pour it on my head. Me too, me too. I'll bend the rest of the bottle over my exhausted girlfriend, something between a surprised squeal and a relaxed coo coming out of her mouth. I finally feel my breathing even out when another event organizer swings by us, handing out simple-looking coins to everyone. They smile as I'm handed two of the little silver participation medals. Here, Fairlight. She smiles, flashing her own second medal for breaking an obstacle record. I have 2 medals. That means I win. Hey, I didn't know we were competing against each other. So what does the winner want? Well, she grimaces as she tries to stand upright. But look as her legs warble fiercely. I wouldn't say no to some help to the car. Paralyzed legs became completely numb. Paralyzed legs being completely numb at this point, I pick her up and swing her atop my shoulders. Yes, sir. It's quickly spending the last of my own energy, but it's worth it. I'll march deliberatorily back to the parking lot and to our car. Fairlight holds up the little pen triumphantly over her head, showing it off to an imaginary crowd. You up there good? These feels great too. I'm surprised you still have energy after all that. Probably the last of my adrenaline. We should stop for coffee on the way home. Oh, I want to order something too. Every day for the last 2 weeks since the Spartan run, Fairlight has insisted we train together. It seems she's taken a real shine to the whole physical exercise thing. I'm certainly not complaining. The other day she picked up a new workout outfit. It's been a real motivator. Oh my, I bet so. For me. Hey. The Spartan run outfit looks better. But you know what? This is fine. I'm proud of how much better she's gotten at this. And I can tell by the look in her eyes that she is too. She's even starting taking this sort of thing into our dating life. Instead of just dinner or mall dates, now we have couple hikes and gym days to look forward to as well. Sometimes, she'll challenge me to an arm wrestling contest over the last bite of cheesecake. Other times, well... Hehe. Oh my. Hey, quit looking at me like that. Eli's voice snaps me out of my daydream. Like what? You know what. She laughs, gently punching me in the shoulder. I reach for my arm, putting on such a show to put us... Wait, what? Putting on such a show to put a soccer player to shame. You are not gonna shame Thomas Muller like that, my guy. Let alone Messi or Ronaldo. The display of foul pain makes her laugh even harder, and rewards me with another punch. With her arms extended, I move forward and pull her into a hug. After a moment of struggling, she relaxes and rests her chin on my shoulder. Ass. I love you too. So where should we go tonight? I don't know. What about the new place down the road, Moe's? We got Dino Moe's here? Wait, hold on. What will she describe Moe's? Maybe. No, just maybe. Her lips curl into an impish smile. Maybe we can arm wrestle for it. Alright. Oh. We deserve that, boys. We deserve this picture. Hell yeah. The end. Yes, sir. We did it. We did the thing. I do not want to play again. Thank you for your time. Oh, bye. Right. Almost an hour, damn. I thought it was going to be a bit more. Let me just direct this real quick. Because I know Cavemanon is making a certain game that involves not only these characters, but the characters from the Stone Man, Galaxy Girl dating thing. I think it's called Exit 665. I think that is what it's called. Right, so... yeah, you can see here... Oh god, no, not that. Here's the shoddy girl. Got a backspace for this. I'm guessing this is the boyfriend or whatever. I don't know. Alright. Boom. There's also the slug girl too. I guess it also has her. There's one of the environments. Don't know if it's gonna be some something like I don't know what to call it. RPG. I think it's gonna be some type of RPG thing. So yeah, there's Morgan, which I'm guessing it's this guy, and of course Koral. Bolani. Apparently that's her name. Hell yeah. But yeah. Of course I do wanna... She's fucking bleeding there. I do wanna, of course, play this, but I also wanna play the other games. I don't know where the Stone Man is. There's a fucking speed light guy, or traffic light guy. Stan Cub. Fucking Bateman. Your name is... Their last name's Bateman. And your first name's Honda? Damn. Okay, Lyra Kepler. That is definitely one of the girls that you see. A Star in Her Eyes. There you go. And there's also a bit sluggish. Dory Walney. I think I'll do A Star on the Horizon next after this, and then we'll finish up with a bit sluggish, and then we'll finally move on to this new game here. So, that being said, thank you all for watching. Y'all take it easy. Y'all have a good day.
Damn, Ron, come on! What's the matter with you?
Tomorrow. Tomorrow.
There is no tomorrow! There is no tomorrow!